Joining me on the Terror Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of July 2017, and this will be for the sign of Taurus. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what overall message you'll be working with for the month. You got the card of release. So if you're single, what it's saying is you may have to release a certain part of yourself that you keep bringing into the relationship that is having a negative drawback, and those things is like a stereotype of um, like you meet somebody and you go after the same type of person or the same type of people you usually date in the past, and then you end up getting into the same kinds of relationship based on you picking the same type of people. Sometimes you have to release that pattern out of yourself to be more adventurous and find somebody different and outside the box so you could be in a one-on-one relationship, or releasing having too much control in a relationship, or releasing that you always have to be that type of person that has to save the relationship when you feel like it's going wrong, that you have to be the one that steps in and has to put in the most effort to keep the relationship intact. These are certain patterns that you may have to release moving forward if you want to be in a well balanced or well equal one on one relationship. And for it's the same for people that are already coupled up and married. It's just releasing these certain little and I'm getting these little certain patterns that at times, sometimes they seeming like they're going overboard. At times, either you have to release it, or the people that you involved with have to release this pattern, that they have to be these type of, and I don't want to say they're sort of like fanatics on certain little knickknack things that they introduce it into the relationship, and it becomes a negative after a while. Maybe at the beginning it seemed more affectionate or brand new, or you was trying to get used to it because it's something that you never was used to it before, but once you fully involved with them on a one-on-one, it starts to be old or annoying, or it starts to play that cute quality starts to be non-cute after time sets in on a relationship. So that's what I'm getting, is more of releasing a certain type of pattern that you're doing that is starting to be a negative when it comes to attracting a one-on-one or sustaining a relationship, a long time relationship. So let me go ahead and give these tarot cards a shuffle to see what they can help you with through the month. Okay. The first card you have in the middle of the reading is the Tower upright. So the Tower, it means a actual sudden change that you didn't expect, or that it hit you all of a sudden. That's the normal reading of the card. But in a relationship reading, you could be meeting somebody that you feel can bring a sudden change to how you think about relationships, or how you perceive what you will want as a companion in a relationship. And this is for singles. Either somebody is meeting you in the hopes that you will bring a certain change around their environment that they're currently in when it comes to one-on-one status, or you're doing that to somebody that you may meet and figure if you get in a relationship with that person, all of a sudden everything turns around in a sense that it goes from one extreme to another without without you having time to digest it. It just goes from one to the other, and maybe that's what you're hoping for. It's like almost a fast-paced relationship, and because it's a tower, it will be like a sudden hit means fast-paced. So it's a fast-paced relationship that you may get involved with, or somebody is thinking to get involved with you in a fast paced style of relationship. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that it could be a external factor that's is hitting your relationship, and it's causing a disruption in your union with your companion. And this outside change can either come from your side within what's around you or what's around your companion. It could be a job thing. It could be an unexpected bill that's a super amount of money that everybody starts to be concerned about, or certain different aspects on your daily life or your daily activities that now just hit home and is affecting your union as a couple. What you have underneath you is the wheel of fortune in the upright. So the wheel of fortune in the upright is saying that if you're single, you whoever you're gonna meet, either you have this feeling about this person or this person has this feeling about you, that they all of a sudden came across you and you present yourself in a certain way, and they are glad and happy and they feel lucky when it comes to being in a relationship with you or meeting you at a lucky possibility or lucky chance that they can get into in a relationship with you. It also, most people would think at the wheel of fortune that of all this you go from one extreme to another. I don't see it in that way in a love reading. I see it as more of whoever you're going to meet, and this is for singles, whoever you're going to meet, either they thinking about this about you or you thinking about this, that this person is a kind of, they display gratefulness when it comes to whoever they're going to be in a relationship one on one, because to have luck you also have to be grateful for what the stuff you have, and that's what brings in more luck. So the person will probably show their gratitude a lot to you, and that's another sense I'm getting. Either you're going to do this to somebody or somebody going to do this to you, that you feel lucky to meet this person and grateful and gratitude and kind of you have gratitude of meeting that person or having a chance to try to have that person in a one-on-one relationship with them, that you're going to start showing yourself by doing different things, to present yourself a little bit different. If you are already in a established relationship, what it's saying is that the sudden change that automatically hits and causes a disruption, it might cause a disruption to a certain point, that this disruption that will come in will give you a lucky break into something. And I know that sounds weird, but sometimes if your relationship is moving too fast and it's a constant go and something hit it and you have to slow down, sometimes if you slow down, that brings about time for you and your companion to focus on certain stuff or talk over stuff or get back down to the ground basis. So this change that's all of a sudden going to hit your relationship from out the blue might be a winning spark and work in your favor of how you can build a better bond with your companion. Either your companion would be thinking about, okay, this was a great time for this to happen, so now we can get back into a little bit of that and a little bit of whatever we need to do to build our relationship. Either your companion is thinking this or you're thinking that this could be whatever all of a sudden hit your relationship and caused it to have a little bit of a shakeup. You felt it was the right time for that to happen because maybe you may be needing this or your companion may be needing this. They may need a little bit of a wake-up call, kind of. And I'm hearing the word wake-up call. So it can rejuvenate something into the relationship so it can keep it moving forward. What you have in the past is the King of Coins in reverse. So for singles, You may met a person, and King of Coins in reverse is usually, I'm gonna say, a broke person, or person that fronts like they have money but they really don't, or a person that can't control their finances and spends out of control, or likes to spend their stuff out of control. And I think they spend their money. Whoever you was dealing with the past, or somebody in your past that you was dealing with, was acting like this, or you was acting like this in the past, that you was spending money, a bunch of money, to get somebody, the wine and dine routine, in hopes to get some luck from this person. Now the person may come back, in this month or going into next month. The person may come back and remember that you spent a bunch of coins, and use that person that just was doing it frivolously. Either that person was doing it to you, or you was doing that to that person to get them. But the person that you was dealing with basically didn't have a foundation about themselves, nor did they care about having a foundation for themselves. And they displayed it in the way how they controlled their personal business and presented it to you. So that's what I'm getting what happened in the past with somebody that you dealt with. If you are already coupled up, what it's saying is, it could have been a state in your relationship that a bunch of money was going out of the relationship. Neither one of you was really maintaining control of the finances, or you was not maintaining the control of the finances or the coins. So it started to have a disruption on your bond, or it had a disruption on the solid foundation that you built in your relationship. It's either your companion did this in the past, or you did this too in the past, of going out of control with some kind of spending habit or bills, or it could be 100 million reasons why stuff go out the door and don't come back in. It's 100 reasons, but it was causing a disruption, and maybe that's what brought it. Finally, it was. I'm hearing they came home to roost, basically. So all this money went out in the past. Now everything is catching up, and then now is a disruption to your relationship, because now y'all cannot focus on what you really want to focus on, is a better bond. Now you got to focus on all this external stuff that shouldn't have came up due to a bad habit that was done in the past. That's what I'm basically hearing. Once you have a crown in the top of you, is the strength card in the upright. For singles, definitely they always love to say Leo. So you could be meeting a Leo, or being involved with a Leo, or know a Leo, or you're interested in a Leo, or or Leo is interested in you. But this person comes off very with a lot of pride for themselves. They very dominant. They like what they like. They don't let people run over them. That's one thing you're not gonna do, is have somebody just meet this person and think you're gonna work a game and run all over this person and truck through them. They ain't finna have it. They just not gonna do it. They're gonna exert their individual power and their space. And one thing about people that have a lot of strength about themselves, they like their independence, and they like their space, and they like their words to be heard. So they're gonna definitely be that type of person once you meet them. Either you're displaying this to somebody that you meet, that you just gonna display that it's not really having your guards up, but you're gonna set up a certain kind of parameter for the person to operate in. Once they go outside of this box you created for them, that's when you're gonna exert your power over them to let them know not to squash in your space. Or you might cut the person out, really just cut them off, because they stepping on your personal street and trying to diminish you somehow with your own personal control over your own life. Now I'm getting that for somebody that's single, meeting somebody, or they could be doing that to you going after them, and then they saying whoa and stepping back, kind of, and trying to make sure that you're not trying to step on their individual space of how they present themselves to you. They may be open to be in a relationship, but you may want to run it a little bit further, and they stomping it down because they like to have the constant control in the relationship, or they like to have a certain presence in a relationship when they're in a one-on-one. You could be doing this to somebody, somebody could be doing this to you. If you are already coupled up, it's just saying that it's time, either you're going to do this or your companion is going to do this, is to take control of whatever is causing a disruption in your relationship. They ain't going to be the predominant person to say they see it going wrong, so they're going to step up their game to kind of diminish the effect of whatever is outside hitting your relationship and causing a confusion with you and your companion's bond. But they're gonna start to be the guard dog, if I'm gonna be the honest term of it. They're gonna put the wall up, be the guard dog, and making sure that they gonna exert their word power or they strength towards the situation to try to clear it up the best way they can. Either you're going to do this or your companion is going to do this, because they feel it's time for them, somebody into a relationship, to step up and put a squash to whatever is interfering with your bond, or anything that they feel is affecting your bond. The last card you have is the Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, I really don't like this card, and I'm going to have to hurry up and break it down. Usually, the Queen of Swords in an upright is a woman that knows how to speak, or a man that knows how to speak, knows how to use their words to get what they want anytime they want it. They can drop a line so hard you be kind of mesmerized, then you'll run to it. That's how they use their words, and they have to be calculated, and it's put together in such a way it's almost unargumentative, kind of. So when they in the reverse, now you could be acting like this, or somebody coming to you to try to get in a relationship. They saying, one, all kind of things that are not making no sense, or they're coming off bitchy about it, or they're just being very difficult verbally. And difficult verbally means, when you're in a relationship, means either they putting the wall up, telling you stuff just to make you stop asking 100 million questions, or they are trying to present themselves with a different attitude to automatically turn you off, to make you kind of shut down. Either you're doing this to somebody or somebody is doing this to you. And this is for singles. Whoever this person you meet, they're going to come with one of those three angles, and you may not like it, or, well, technically speaking, those are the three options. Either you're going to back up off that person because they're talking way too sideways, or you're not going to get it, or you're not getting the information that you want from that person, or they're talking so off the wall in this kind of, it's between bitchy and nefario. It's like, and I'm gonna be really honest about it, it's like being bitchy but being dreamy at the same time and not really thinking about it. It's a weird state of how somebody can get like that, but there's people that get like that. They be talking and nothing can visualize from it because it's way out there, is doing way too much, and when they present it to somebody else, it sounds even more off the wall, kind of. And that's how this person may be coming off when they're trying to get in a one-on-one relationship with you. They just open their mouth in such a way, it just sounds so unbelievable. It doesn't have a truth or fabric in it, kind of. Either you're doing this when you're talking to somebody and they looking at you like that, or they or you is doing that to somebody, or somebody is doing that to you. They coming at you, they're talking, and you just looking at them with big eyes, and it's just like, okay, really, 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 and it's bullshit, but it's really. And maybe this is one of the type of people that you need to release from. Basically, you still got to remember you have the release card. Maybe this is the type of person you need to deconnect from, because you always get into a relationship with this type of kind of person. You know. Now, if you already coupled up with somebody, what it's saying is that during this change of your companion, um, kind of taking the helms and kind of controlling the situation that's going wrong in your relationship, or trying to fix what's going wrong with the relationship so they can have a better bond. What it means, they're just going to be kicking and screaming. Basically, they're going to be complaining. They're going to be kicking and screaming. They're going to always, they huffing and puffing. Basically, they're huffing and puffing. Either your companion's going to be doing this to you, or you doing that to them. That you kind of clean up the situation, and they huffing and puffing all the way. They're going to go ahead and do it, but they're going to complain all the way down until the thing is finished. So that's what it is basically saying for somebody that's already coupled up. As your companion is trying to step up, or you're trying to step up, you're just going to be a complainer about it. You're going to display an aspect of yourself that, for you to clean this up, for you to fight your way through it, you got to vent somewhere, and your venting is going to come out verbally as complaining. Basically, you're just going to go kicking and fighting to clean this issue up that's going wrong in your relationship, so you can get back and get rid of that off your plate, so you can go back and have a better bond, which start working on more emotional stuff that can help the relationship, instead of this external stuff that's causing a disruption. And maybe the pattern that you need to release, and I hate to say this, you might as well do it and stop kicking and fighting, because maybe you did it before, that you was cleaning up something in your relationship, and you always sent you into a tailspin pattern of complaining while you're doing it, kind of. So maybe that's one of the patterns, that you do it all the time, is having a negative aspect. So it's basically just grin, bear it, do it, and keep it moving, kind of. So the release card can come out in many angles when it comes to a relationship. If it was just one singular thing, it would be easy. Bad job, get rid of it. People gossiping too much, drop them. But with a relationship, whatever's the disruption that needs to be released can be masked under a layers of different stuff that you have to kind of dig to find where the source of it is. So good luck to anybody in a couple trying to do that. Just getting to the bottom of it and keeping it moving, even if it has a little kick and a hoop and holler to it. It is just meant, that's the way the person is just going to have a whole mess of hoop and holler to it, and either you're used to it or you're not. So just personal opinion. So now, see, I'm going to do some clarifiers for your reversals and see why you have in the past, why you have the King of Coins in reverse. Yep. You got the Temperance. For singles, whoever you was dealing with in the past, they never practiced no kind of patience or composure about themselves. They didn't know how. They just went out of control. And then basically they went out of control so bad, and it was so these two to me equal an old saying I was growed up on. It's called letting that money burn a hole in your pocket, and that's what it was. This person, either you did this in the past when you was trying to get rope somebody into being on a one-on-one, or they was doing that to you. They didn't have no patience. They were just spinning in hopes to get into a relationship. If you was already coupled up, what it's saying is that this is what I'm hearing, and I'm gonna kind of keep it real simple. they, either you was doing this in the relationship or your companion was doing this, that they was rushing too fast to fix something. They was just trying to band-aid the situation real fast in hopes that it would have bought them some time to correct the issue out. They moved real fast, put a quick band-aid on it, went back to what it is, and then all of a sudden it popped back up again as another disruption when it should have been fixed the first time. Whatever this is that's causing a disruption to your relationship, they dealt with it a little bit too quick, and that means they left out some information, and it came back to, they left out certain things of it, and it came back for its final conclusion, so you can actually put a wrap to it or put a tombstone to it and keep it moving. Definitely move too fast. Okay, for singles, this person that was moving up too fast for you, the dude the dude didn't know what to do. Basically, the dude was confused. The person was confused. Whoever you dealt with in the past, or you did this in the past to somebody, that you rushed up on them, blew all your coins, or blew all what you felt could have got this person to in be in one on one with you, but you didn't analyze it too well, or they didn't analyze it too well with dealing with you, and they rushed in and they kind of tripped themselves up. They confused themselves with their own move. That's what it is, because usually the two of swords upright means you're trapped, or you at a crossroads and you can't see which way you're going. Mostly all of them have a person that's blinded by something, but this person confused themselves by rushing too fast, and then probably ran out of moves, ran out of options, ran out of direction, ran out of money. It ran out. It played out real quick. And as for somebody already coupled up, what it was saying is that they did a quick fix on whatever is coming back and causing a disruption in your relationship without seeking another option of clarifying it. That's what it means. They didn't try to see another side of the coin or another way to kill the issue out the first time, so it pops back up this month, so you can try to iron it out, whatever it is. It wants a revisit, so it can actually be said and done for, and then you can move on to something else. But it was showing they did it, and they wasn't trying to see another option, or they was not trying to work in another parameter to get the situation cleaned up. That's all it means. And it came back for a revisit, and it's causing a disruption to your relationship or your bond at this current time. So let's go ahead and see what the Queen of Swords is talking about. I know she's not talking right, so let's just get her on the table. She definitely ain't talking right. Needy. Warning. Begging. Okay, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So for singles, whoever this person is coming at you and really coming at you, she a hot mess. He's a hot mess. She's a hot mess. It is what it is. They horrific, because their stuff is, they're not comfortable either. They're not comfortable within themselves or what they had and built on their own, and they looking for somebody else to substitute it, and they being a real verbal bitch about it because they want somebody to give them something or something like that. Or this person just ain't got nothing going on about themselves, no kind of stability, and they presenting themselves and they're talking like that. That's what's so. I mean, I can't say ghetto, but they're talking in such a way. It's like, you just not together. You're not comfortable with what you have. You're always wanting something. Let me tell you this: wanting something that they can't afford. They getting big eyes on a ghetto budget. That's what they doing. And they want somebody else to flip it for them, but they're talking crazy to get it. That's what it is. That's if you're single. Either you're doing this, Taurus, either you're doing this to somebody or somebody is doing this to you, coming at you and presenting themselves in this such a way that it's just a 100% turn off, basically. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that it could be a money issue that is the biggest factor that's causing a disruption of what you already built in a relationship. Maybe you was at one time comfortable, you and your companion was comfortable with what you had built together, but whatever this external thing came in and caused a disruption, it just caused a disruption in basically in your stability. That's what it is, and the hooping and hollering, kicking and screaming is not helping to bring those feelings back, basically. And so it's saying that the Nine of Pentacles, you want to be stable. Usually it means stability. It's just saying you want more groundness and more stability in your relationship as it moving forward. So, and oh yeah, definitely. And when I said moving forward, I gave you a quick shuffle and that fell out. The chariot. So for singles, what it's saying is whoever this person is that's gonna come up um in the month and you meet this person, either they're gonna do this to you or you're gonna definitely do this to them. You're going to hit another route on the person. You're just going to burn rubber past that person. As soon as the person open their mouth, present themselves, say what they're going to say, you're just going to move past them. Because you're looking for something that gives you a little more and lets you exercise your own individual power when you in a one-on-one relationship with the strength upright. You're not trying to hear this person. You're just gonna exit stage right on this person. If this person is talking left, you moving right. So you're trying to avoid. To me, the chariot in a relationship, and it's definitely an upright, and it's with two negative cards, that means you're doing the opposite of what this person may be trying to come at you. You moving past the person may want to try to meet you. You're telling the person you can't do it, you got something else to do, or you have, can we go somewhere on Thursday? You're going to say, no, we ain't going to do that on Thursday, and I'm not dealing with you, kind of. You blowing the person off and moving past the person. Either somebody going to be doing this to you, or you going to be doing that to somebody that when this person comes up with whatever they're going to be talking about, you definitely releasing them. You definitely releasing. You're not trying to hear that person. You're not trying to smell that person. You ain't trying to do nothing with that person but get away from them. So, or they be trying to do this to you because you trying to invite yourself and kind of step over your bounds, basically, with that person's individual space, and they're trying to move past you. So that's what is happening if you're single. If you're coupled up, it's just saying that you ready to move, to keep it moving in your relationship, even though this little external thing that came in and caused a disruption to your bond. You and your companion is at a point that you rather to just keep it moving. Let's just keep going down this path, finish it out, and keep it going, and then we can move on to something else, and stay on the course of keeping our relationship in line so we can keep having the bond we used to have, or a better bond moving forward. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.